My name's Jackie Hering. I am here in Lincoln, Nebraska at the Goodlife Cyclery getting my new Cervelo all set up. Yeah, I came down the weekend that Gravel Worlds was going on, so it was a very full weekend of events and ending with the bike getting set up. But Gravel Worlds had a 25K run on Friday, and then I did the 75-mile gravel ride, and then capped it off with a triathlon on Sunday. So a very full weekend. And then yesterday afternoon, we started working on getting my fit numbers transferred over and getting this brand new bike set up for me.
So I'm sitting in the Goodlife Cyclery bike fit studio here in Lincoln, Nebraska, and Eli, the shop manager, and I, and the primary bike fitter here at Goodlife Cyclery, we were discussing what are the components of a fit studio. And obviously behind me we have a dynamic fit bike. This one's a purely custom, but there's several good ones. And after that there are just some basic fundamental measuring tools, really very few hex wrenches, pedal wrenches, just to change the hardware on the bike. But once you have the right tools, bike fitting becomes easier, and it becomes rather quick too to find that optimal position, and everybody appreciates saving time. Jackie's switching to a bike that's very modern from a bike that was 5 years old, but her contact points are going to be the same. We're at the same crank length. She's riding at 165 millimeter cranks. She's riding a saddle that she loves. The cup, the arm pad is very similar. The place that her hand grips the extension is in the same place. So even though there's a lot of design difference in the bike underneath her, where her body meets the bike is very similar. Once Nice is finished, I think Jackie would benefit immensely from some time in the wind tunnel, because she's at a place where she knows she's comfortable in the position. She can stay there for a long period of time. She knows she can make good power in that position because she can feel it, and she moves towards that place where good power can be created. But when it comes to aerodynamics, if you're not testing, you're guessing. And wouldn't it be great for her to find 10, 12, 15 watts laying around somewhere in tilt, arm pad elevation, head position, anything. There are zero challenges in fitting people on Cervelo bikes. Cervelo has been doing it right, and by doing it, I mean the triathlon position, nobody longer except for Quintana Roo. And I would say that from every aspect of it, where they position the saddle clamp on the post and how much, sure, you can always slide the saddle fore and aft on the rails, but now you can slide the clamp fore and aft. It was a piece of cake. Some athletes are incredibly sensitive to every millimeter that they are adjusted, and some athletes feel good and can make power in lots of positions, and Jackie is certainly the latter. You move anything, you're like, no, that's just different, that's just different. I've specifically put this farther behind the bottom bracket, and this is too low.
Okay.
I've cramped up the cockpit so it's kind of crunched up, and this is too high. We're gonna do a fit around this seat angle. And it's gonna feel okay.
Yeah.
And then when we move it forward and we do a fit around the next one, that's gonna feel better. And then we move it forward, we do a fit around, that's gonna feel maybe a little better too. We are going to together explore and find your favorite position.
First off, one of the big ones is I got some brand new shoes from Shimano, their new Tri shoes, and I think there was some minor movements of the bars, but all in all, nothing huge, and we didn't want anything huge because what I have is mostly working, and we don't want to freak out the body this close to World Champs. Yeah, it was really cool with Ian and this dynamic fit bike that they have here. I've never been on one of those, but what it is you sit on the bike. I think he got it set up with close to the numbers that we were looking for. You just keep pedaling, and he can make changes to pretty much everything while you're still pedaling. So you can feel in real time as you're pedaling the changes that are being made, and I found that to be really nice and really smooth.
That's on the verge of too high.
Jackie, this is great feedback.
My best power, I constantly feel like I have to scoop my butt. Like I have to push my butt back, and that's how I get the best power.
That's probably the most important thing you've said to me yet.
Yeah.
And I want to keep hearing stuff like that because that's going to help guide us a little bit.
So when I feel myself scoop forward and I'm trying hard, I can't do good power. But if I scoop my butt back, that's when I can settle in and just do all-day power.
Okay, I want you to remember that because I know
I do.
you've had a really tough weekend, but I'm going to need here in a few minutes for you to ride probably 3 or 4 minutes at your half Ironman.
Ironman.
So we moved the cleats all the way back so I could generate some more power. I guess that's what everybody does. And then because of that, we had some seat height adjustments to make it all work right.
Back up high, down low. The same.
I think that's pretty much the same. Cool. I like that it's connected.
I think anytime you have like an eatery attached to a bike shop,
Oh, it's a good idea.
right?
Yeah.
While we didn't make any dramatic changes from her previous position to her new position, and thank goodness because she's headed to the World Championships in just 4 weeks, there were enough small changes that will add up and she'll have a very short adaptation time. Or a little high and seat height.
Yeah?
This pedal circle. Let's go and see a little more. You keep your foot flat even though the seat's too high right now. Down just a skosh.
Seat feels low.
Seat feels too low.
But-
No problem, no problem. Let me bring it up. Still too low. We're
That
good.
feels fine.
Feels
Yeah.
fine. Still on the high end of things, but it doesn't matter. You're happy with it there. You know, is there too much like flesh button? If on road you see rocky hips, it's because their saddle's too high. It's in tri, rocky hips because their cranks are too low.
Interesting. My training partner.
I think that's happening with you, frankly. I'm pretty content with how it's rolling. Super good.
Makes me like.
Oh.
What?
Your seat height's too high. You're right.
Not right now. Previously.
On your previous bike. A little lower in the seat height and a little more forward and down. A little. I mean, talking about, you know,
Yeah.
within 3 to 6 millimeters anywhere.
Okay.
See right here. We haven't even checked your pedals yet. I want to in a minute. 7:30. If we do one thing, if one thing comes out this today, it's this.
You think that's good just to do it? Bring it down that much? Probably.
I'm going to tell you what. I think it's good that you haven't been injured this season. That's what I think.
I told you I can probably ride anybody.
Yeah, you probably can. This is safer and you'll be super faster. I want to just pop you up there. I'm going to scoot the bike out a little bit so I can shoot it from the front.
Okay.
And that software lets me shoot from the front end, and I just want to see what your knees look like with the cleats where they are.
Okay.
And we may leave them right where they are, we may tweak them.
All right.
Okay. I will say this. I had to put 2 spacers, you can see them right here. I had to put those 2 to protect from flicking on the
Yeah.
belt. I almost feel that if you put
The spacers.
spacers there
It would match it.
on the left, you would get even less movement.
It doesn't feel
didn't feel the
that
same.
different.
And also, I don't know about the shoe thickness between the two, so.
Right.
Yeah, all right,
Anything else here?
I'm done. I mean, I have to measure some stuff, but we know where the new bike is going.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it too much.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
this
that's for
situation.
sure. Especially in this situation.
Yeah. I need a thing on there.
We need to lay this pad on top of that pad and measure it from there. You know, she doesn't care that much. If she did, I'd want her to choose her extension shape now. I mean, during the fit process, I was offering her 10 mil in options, and she's like, yeah, both are good. Also, you know, her cleats were positioned mid, and I think when we moved them back, that equated to 3 or 4 millimeters of seat height right there. But her seat height is lower by quite a bit from where she's been riding. And it's not just about the cleat move. There's more to it than that. Yeah, I'm good with that right there.
So where are we going from here?
Forward in the pads. Now that we have the saddle set where we want it, and we're measuring our landmarks off of that saddle, now we know we can go forward in the pads. Single bolt right there. No spacers, no nada. That one bolt, just like a seat post. I'm really happy with where this is. I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
The height, the tilt, the setback, all of it. This is a hair longer. This needs to come back to this hole.
Yeah, and then these are gonna have to go back that much.
And then these are gonna have to go back that much.
Yeah, and then they're gonna get cut.
So now you are gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
These don't reach even if you didn't cut it with how it is right now.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, gotcha.
that doesn't work.
Okay. All right.
Because this is lower down.
Do you want me to leave this with you?
Yeah.
Okay. The position's gonna be better. I mean, I'd like her on shorter cranks, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Deal with that.
150s?
We'll deal with that when she goes to the tunnel.
It started with getting signed on with Piedmontese Beef last year, and because of that, I think, you know, that kind of led to me transferring to Cervelo, and then we got in touch with Cervelo, and that's how I got this brand new bike. But Piedmontese is part of Goodlife Brands, and now Goodlife Brands is trying to expand to, you know, open up this bike shop, and they're the ones that kind of put the bike all together for me and have this cool fit studio that we were able to utilize to get everything transferred over right.